fix.
Welcome to
The Walk.
The Walk of Racism. Amanda!
Oh my gosh. Wait.
Amanda! No, we're not there. I said your papa. They're already waiting to hear.
Yes!
Hey!
Yes!
Yes!
I'll be honest, now this is a very difficult topic for me because it's one that I'm yet to understand. Like I'm growing in terms of understanding this aspect of racism and all of that. And I think there's so much nuances to it, and there's so many changes to it that you're like, okay, what's this and what's going on and all that. And some things we, sort of call racist, and you're like, is it really racist, or are we,
everything? It's like, Mom, Mama, you're not racist. Anything is racist.
Yeah, like it's a hard one for me. But I'll be honest as well. I've deliberately moved myself away from it being something that is around my life.
No.
Like there are things that you could sort of like okay, let me give you an example. So I was at this college, and so I was the only sort of black person. And so I was having an issue with this this tutor, and the person was literally on about me, but I focused on the fact that we have an issue together. I didn't focus on the fact that because I'm the only black person, you have an issue with me and all that. So I do try and steer my way from trying to find racism.
Yeah.
And because of that, then I rarely have like encounters of racism because it's not like everything. Not a fight with you is a fight with you. It's a fight with you because you're white. And then
I'm fighting with you because we are wrong.
An issue,
we had an issue and you are wrong.
Yeah.
Finish. Yeah.
So that's where it gets a bit tricky.
Yeah. There was a time when I was in a bus, when I used to go with the bus.
Yeah.
And then I was there, and I was the only black person that was sitting there. And then this other guy came in. Like drunk, like my black guy came in there, drunk, and then this guy comes in the bus, and then when he gets in the bus, he's like it was so nice, quiet. I mean, I'm doing my thing. I didn't even notice which I'm the only black one there until he pointed it out. And so I'm just sitting there. I wanna just on my phone in. Then he goes like, my sister, and I'm thinking, is he talking to me? Is he addressing me? So I look back and I just see Guti, he's talking to me. He goes like, we're the only black ones in the bus. We're the only black ones there. And I'm thinking, oh gosh, did you have to even go there? I'm like, dude, just leave it, let it be. Because it was never in my head, that thing. His head is already there with the only black ones. I don't know, maybe it's because he was intoxicated. I don't know, but he was already saying the embarrassment. Because it's not something that I fit in.
Yeah.
If you don't like me, that's okay.
That's
not everyone is going to like me.
Yeah.
If you don't like me because of my skin, that's you.
Yeah.
But that's your choice.
And that's your problem.
That's your
problem issue.
Yeah, it's none of my business.
So, I don't want to involve myself. Yeah, but the thing is, I think for us, it's a two-way street, okay? If let's say we're focusing on black people in this topic, because racism can works everywhere. So a lot of people might look at it as it's a white person being racist to a black, but it operates everywhere. But if we were to look at it from like a black person and a white person, it's a thing of there are things that we are looking and naming them racist, but they're not racist.
Yeah.
But there are things that are racist. Those subtle racism as well, they do exist, and so it's understanding the balance within that, and also understand that is it worth picking a fight on this matter, or is it not worth picking
your energy? Do you really want to put your energy there?
And also there's this thing which I believe is true as well. If you submerge yourself, or sort of like submit yourself in this thing of always everything's racist and all of that, you put yourself at risk to be used by that same specific race because they see the weakness of every small thing is racism.
Yeah.
So they don't need to actually be like directly be racism. They could do that subtle racism and you're already boom, 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 boom. Yeah, well, whereby if you find yourself in like, okay, this is who I am. I'm a black person, and that's as far as it says, because your skin color does not define immediately I see your skin color. It says nothing about you until I get to encounter you. Yeah. You know? But we do have stereotypes, whether we get them because we watch movies or anything like that. And stereotypes about us. Yourself, like as a black person, you've got a stereotype about a black person. You've got a stereotype about that. And it's something that it's for you to work on. Not a thing of now you have to put that into someone else. So you can't point me racist because you have an issue within yourself. You have an issue. Now you are putting that on me.
You. Yeah.
And I think those are the things that we really need to be looking at. Race issues are very complex.
Yeah.
Are very complex. And how I simplify it for my mind is that it's not something that I look in. It's like I step back into it.
Yeah.
You have to draw me into it. And by drawing me, you really have to call me. You really have to say,
when I feel you've got that thing of just going like, I already know what it's because you don't want to even promote, you don't want to even say anything, and you don't want to go there. There's that that I know that this one is the one I don't want to go there.
I'm not getting involved.
Like you said, it's racism, Joe Abosho, like at the beginning, it's not just about black and white. Racism is black and black. And it can be white and white.
For sure.
Yeah, examples of that. You would say someone was say England, or say Europe. Yeah. They will want to strangle you. They will want to strangle you because the minute you want to say they are in Europe, they don't want to even be defined as being in Europe. They are in Europe.
And because it's a class matter, I think some people
all about
see
class.
themselves, I'm in this class, and so the other person is in that class. And
same goes with Africa. Somebody would be coming to me as a South African girl and say to me,
do not start that
from
one.
Africa. I'm from Africa. Really?
I think people.
No, I'm from South Africa. You even want to change it. You even want to change your thing. I'm from South Africa. You're still
that's a
from
very touchy one. That's a very
what is that?
That's the thing in terms of like identifying yourself within a class, like I am in this class and I am this and all of that, and it's something that even goes further, like even people saying I'm not that type of a black. What do you mean you're not that type of a black?
You are black.
You're black.
You are black.
You could say I'm not this type of a character. Yes, okay. What do you mean that type of a black? There's no such thing as that. It's either you're black or you're not black and all of that. But also there was something interesting. This challenged me a lot. So Oprah was interviewing Raven. The girl that's so So Oprah was interviewing her, but I understood why she said she was not. I don't think. Okay, let me just say what she was saying. So Oprah was interviewing her name. She is lesbian, you know, and so she was talking about the fact that she's not lesbian, and then talk about she's not black. And what she was really meaning is that she doesn't identify herself within that, within that category of I'm black and all lesbian, of that. I'm me. So I'm not that. And I was challenged by that. I was a little bit offended, like, ooh, you're not black, girl. Because instantly it felt like, oh, you're distancing yourself from
who you are.
Who you are, and then I was like, no, let's just read deeper into what she's saying. She's saying that she in her own identity, she has not identified herself
as a color.
She's not closed herself in that thing of okay, I'm black, I'm white, and all of that. You know, like this is me.
Yeah.
You know, outside of that, and it's a thing of. Let's allow people to have the freedom of saying, okay, if I don't want to identify as black, because actually, you know, we're not actually black. Like we've all seen black and we're not black, you know. So it's a naming of a certain group. And so if someone is like, no, how I want to identify is, part of it is me not wanting to be black. Not necessarily mean that you're embarrassed of the skin tone or who you are. It's just that you don't identify yourself in that category. It's like people who say, I'm not a Christian. It's not like they're not saying they don't believe in Jesus. They're not thinking. There are people who are Christians, reading Bible and all of that, but they don't want to identify themselves in that close grouping of I'm a Christian. And so I understood it in that manner. And you can only allow people to get to that freedom of identifying themselves in that spectrum.
Finding who they are.
You know, when you have come out of your own freedom.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, some people in their races, they are very touchy. You know, they are very... You don't just say anything. You don't just say this and that and that. And yeah.
What you miss when you are raised.
Yep. You miss a lot.
You miss a lot.
You miss a lot.
You
miss a lot.
Busy, now bored.
No, I think
you miss a lot. It's good to know. It's good to know each other's culture. It's good to understand
know different people. Experience so many things.
You know.
It's sort of like you're putting yourself in a small bubble where you could experience all of these things.
So much.
And now you've just locked yourself into this one small thing.
Yeah. And I really think, for me personally, I think coming here really did help.
Yeah.
Coming to the UK really did help.
Yeah.
Because then it opened, you know,
like a whole series.
Because back home, they would be saying, "Makwara kwara, makwara kwara, makwara kwara."
We'll try not to describe that.
You come to the UK, you become a kwara kwara. Then you try to understand the life of being that kwara kwara. They say.
And the thing is, you get to then experience people. You get to see them as people.
Yeah.
You get to see them as, oh wow, you know, we
can be all here, all of us, and, you know,
and it expands your creativity as well, because now you don't just know things narrowly or one-sided. You got this open, you know, progressive sight on life. You know,
you get to know this is a person of God. We are all walking in
this journey together.
What is finding ourselves in Christ. This is where we are all going. You know, we all love the same God. You know, it's that understanding and that fulfillment. We want to like that thing would say, Sefana.
We're the same.
Black, white, purple, pink.
We literally
we are the same. You know, we go into one house, we go to one place every Sundays where we are praying. Everybody's praying. There, different colors, different cultures, different. And you're thinking, God's creations. That's what we are. We are God's creations.
You get to see the diversity, the dynamic of all that. I remember I was talking to these kids in Slovakia. So I had an opportunity to go talk to the kids in Slovakia. And so one of the things we're talking about culture. And the thing is, we were having this discussion about, you know, how now society is sort of like trying to mold us to be this one. You know, like one nation, one Landoga, and all of that. But one of the things that we're picking in that is that there's something beautiful about staying true to your own culture and to your own self, so that you can get to experience someone's culture and their true identity, and you meet in the most authentic self that you can be. You know, and so it's that thing of, there's nothing wrong to live in the truth of who you are, whatever culturally and whatever it is. It's just that don't make it as an exclusion onto someone else.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
don't ever see yourself superior than someone else or anything like that, because you then get to miss the goodness of their own culture and their, you know, and the fullness of the other person as well. And I think that's important in also how you look at life. If you look at life in that perspective, then anything is possible. Anything is possible.
In life, it's different. You know, life is life by life.
Yeah.
You just do you just do whatever. We're all the same.
Yeah.
We're all the same. You don't distinguish. Even when you go in your car, would say, hey, it's you're all the same. You have an understanding which we are all here. Oh, we are all hustling, guys.
Yeah.
But we are all hustling. We all want the best for our families. We all want this thing. Siyafana.
Yeah.
You know, siyafana. No one is better than anybody. Siyafana.
Yeah.
Yeah. And class has become an issue.
It has become an issue, and I think it is sort of replacing racism within itself, because sometimes the racism can come from a space of class rather than race. You know.
Yeah.
And that's a big issue as well. And it's not the thing is, and this needs to be cleared as well, that you're not racist because you don't have white or black friends. You're not racist because you don't have, you know, relations, whether it's, you know, intimate relations with this group or that group. All your friends could be black, you know, your environments could be black, and you could be staying with black people, but that does not define you as being a racist person. I think the racism starts when you look at a certain, you know, racial group and then look down at them and label it and do all of those things. I think that's when the racism becomes, because now you've judged the person based on the color of their skin, not their character. And that is where the issue becomes. So it's not a thing of, oh, you have these tick boxes that say you are not racist. Oh, white friends, tick. Dating a white person, tick. You know, and that means you're not racist. That's not such a thing like that. It's not like you have to control your life by race, but it just means whoever you're dealing with, deal with that person as who the person is. You know, it's like, Zaza's not my sister because she's black. Zaza is my sister, that's it. It has nothing to do with whether she's black, she's blue, whatever. It's our relationship is not based on race. We didn't come together because we both black.
So we're trying to say
no, but that's because of the culture of the difference in that. That's why it wouldn't work like that. But I'm just saying the closeness is not based on a race perspective.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, so it's that thing. It's like, I don't see my mother as my black mother, or the first thought I thought of my mother is, my mother is black. You know, it's what I'm trying to do.
My children are black.
You know, and that's the thing. It's like, I know my mother in terms of character and all of that, and so you can't just,
she's a loving,
you can't point at me based on my skin color. So I can't point at me based on my big ears or small ears or all of that. Those don't say anything about me. You know, you have to know me, then get to, you know, encounter, and then can say, oh, this person is that. You know,
I feel it would be the person that will be here for you. I feel it would be the person that when you need this, you know, just, you know, I feel because everybody's got that thing. You know, that skill. I feel I can do this. I feel I can do. Oh, you want to talk about deco? Call Zaza. You know, because you want to talk about this, it's called Zaza. She knows really well. You know, we all have that thing. And if we can unite and work together, oh my gosh, we could build Angazi. You know, because
it's about
we are working together, we are uniting.
Yeah.
Guys, I want to ziawa. Whatever, but we need that. We need that. You know, we need to stop this thing of about definition. We need to stop it. You know, even if you're African, say that proudly. Yes.
Yeah, like comfortably stand.
I'm African. I'm from Africa.
Yeah, well, you know, this is who I am.
This is who I am. Yeah, you know, I am European.
Yeah.
This is who I am. You know, I'm Asian. This is who that's how it's supposed to be. Definitely. You know, I like the way Asians, they like they are a unity. You know, they are unity. It's like even if they have a place like a job, like a business, well, that person with that business will make sure you'll see just them.
It's like come
just them
come,
in their businesses. If you go to those cheap shop, whatever they restaurant, it's just them. We need to get to that point. We want to see the racist in black and black. Come on, guys.
We need to work within each other.
So
we need to work within each other as a community in terms of our culture, and then need to work on each other as the border aspect. Because I was even saying to my kids the first time we were starting to talk, and I was saying to them, like, this vision is bigger than us. But it starts with us. So it starts with our community. It starts with our culture. Then it expands. It expands. But this is where it starts. And that's how you need to have a base, then grow it.
And I really appreciate the way it is now as well, because I feel like a lot has changed. Like from before, racism used to be like, oh my gosh. Now we are getting married to white guys. You know, Chinese. You know, you're getting married to anybody now. People are having the freedom to get married people that they love. You know, they're not defining people from their color anymore. Like, which is good.
I met you, and I got in love with you. Not because this.
You know, I was in South Africa the other day. I was like, there's so many now relationships.
Interracial relationships.
You know, interracial. I was like, I love that. You know, it has to be like that. You know, we all coming from one creator. Song. So, let's love one another. There's so much love to give, guys.
Man. Let's
love each other.
Guys. Let's love each other. I mean, the thing is, you know, there've been so many things that have been missed because we've missed the aspect of loving one another, uniting, building, and growing together. You know, just grow.
And we can be so incredible. We can make things move. We can make things move just by uniting. You know, not describing each other by color, but loving each other, knowing that is a human being. That human being also cries. That human being also
gets frustrated, gets through depression, stress, and all of that. And so, how will we be able to help each other if we don't love one another? You know, because you are skilled in this part. Sonso is skilled in that part. I'm skilled in that part. You need my skills. I need your skills. Sonso, we need Sonso's skills as well. And so, once we can unite knowing that, and that starts from the foundation of loving each other. You know, we're not talking about being best friends, but just loving one another. And that then is the foundation of whatever it is that we want to build and explore in society. And I mean, there are so many things that are going wrong in society. And I think just that one small decision of all of us going like, look, let's start from this premise and then build from there. And then we will go far. We will definitely.
Go far. Starting from there, and we will go far. You know, we have to get to that space, guys. We have to get to that space of knowing we are all God's children. We belong. We are all God's creation. Black, white, whatever. It doesn't matter who you are. We are all God's children. You know, that's what I'm saying. When this thing, it always feeds into me. You go into church and then you just see, you know, everybody's like united diversity,
together.
You know, diversity vibes. You know, everything is good. You know, that's the place I want to be. You know, that's one thing that welcomes me to my church. That's one thing that always makes me feel like
that is like
you'll be coming in, you'll be greeted.
You know, it's generational. Like, everything is like wow. This represents. You know,
the
so
kingdom, it represents the kingdom. And that's something that's how it's supposed to be. You know, this is not just in church, but even in workplaces, even out on the streets. You know, let's respect each other. Let's respect Wuti. This one has got a different culture. And respect the culture of that person. Let's just respect each other. Because at the end of the day, we need each other.
Yeah.
We need each other. You cannot be a person by yourself. You cannot grow by yourself. Sometimes you need things, skills, like you said before, skills that somebody else might be having in order for us to grow.
Yeah.
So definitely. How about we get to that space again, the way, stand up.
Like we're loving one another.
Yeah.
I was watching, I think a while back, watching The Long Walk to Freedom.
Yeah.
And I think this is the scene where Nelson Mandela is addressing Ligota. This is in Robben Island. And so he shows that he does this analysis that when you are like this, which is separated, you have no power. But when you are one, united, you've got the power.
Wow.
And it was like, whoa,
wow.
And it really speaks on the power of being united, being together. And anything is possible. The the tower that was built in the Bible. But the Babylonian Babylon.
Babylon. Exactly. Here comes the studies, Bible reading.
Okay, Bible guys. Yeah, but it's the thing of when they were sort of building the tower, united. It was sort of like it even like entered into God was like, let me interrupt this. And that was them doing it without God. Imagine united with God. So it's a thing of there's a massive power in being united.
Yeah.
It's the secret of we want global change. Let's be united.
Yeah.
Simple.
And it's as simple as that. I want to convince people. To convince people, they still want to be labeled. They still want to be said. No. But yes, let's love one another. Let's get to Let's
be united. Let's be united. Let's be one.
We don't need to be besties. I've got enough friends. But
that's another topic on its own.
I've got enough thinking else.
We'll do the I have enough friends topic. Coming soon.
So I don't want to add I don't want to add on my issue.
Yeah. But no, that's good, man. To love one another, to be one.
Yeah.
All the time.
Definitely. That's all for today. Yes. We had a great time, Sister Richard.
Yes, we did. Hope to see you soon on our next episode.
Oh yes.
Bye.
Bye.